Welcome back to Real Surf Stories. The year was 1996. Kelly Slater and Shane Bexchen were locked into a world title race against each other. And to call this merely a rivalry would be a major understatement.
I'd say it was definitely a real rivalry. Started when we were like 11. So it was a long-going rivalry where in the U.S. championships and nationals when we were amateurs, well, he was always getting first and I was always getting second. And
Beschen broke Slater's ASP record for highest heat total of 29 points with 3 perfect 10s for a heat total of 30 points.
Yeah, well, back then though, it was best 3 waves instead of best 2. So that was basically how the top 30 came. And I think a few years after they switched it to top 2 waves to try to make it more on performance instead of wave catching. So yeah, Kelly was on tour before me. He was on tour a year or 2 before I was. And for me at that time it was cool because he held the record for the highest heat score in a heat, which was, he had 2 10s and a 9 or something. So at that time it was really fun to beat his record and kind of just get that notch on him.
Hey, up and riding, Shane Bexchen. Look at this wave, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Beschen is a native tube rider. He's looking down the line, and there he goes in the tube. He'll make that. Still going. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Hands behind the back to it, Bruce.
Terrific stuff. Now that one was bleeding at this stage, and he's deep. Can he score the highest ever? Yes, he's through that tube. Here he goes again, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Bexchen. Can he set a record? In again. He's made a record.
Hold on.
That's a Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable.
So going into the U.S. Open at Huntington Beach, Slater was feeling the heat and was ready to take Beschen down by any means necessary.
Not as easy as you surf it out, but you know, that's the way it goes. That was a good right. Shane and I both wanted it. He just wasn't paying attention. I got around him. You know, you're going to be angry when a situation like that comes up. I just, you know, let him have his space. And, you know, the situation could have come around where I got one in the end of the heat, so you never know what's going to happen. You can't give up. Well, I'm just taking it heat by heat, wave by wave, actually, and it's working out to go in my favor. And, I mean, you know, when I'm out there, I'm trying to concentrate on every paddle I take, every breath I take, and just making sure I don't make any mistakes. And in the last few contests, I haven't been making any mistakes, so it's just been going my way.
When our two finalists appeared on stage to receive their awards.
So here they are, the two top surfers in the world, once again in blue, Shane Bexchen, Kelly Slater in red. And I have to say, I love watching these two compete, and I know things have really came down to the wire.
Second place for Shane.
And this is how it went. Second place for this year's 1996 U.S. Open of Surfing, Shane Bexchen in blue. Winning his first ever U.S. Open of Surfing title. Mr. Kelly Slater, first ever U.S. Open of Surfing.
We were scrambling for the first wave. Shane actually had position to get it right, which seemed to be a good wave, and I sort of scrambled around behind him, and I caught it, just barely caught onto a chop, and it threw me on the wave, and you know, I wasn't expecting that to happen whatsoever. I mean, you know, Shane's one of the best competitors, if not the best competitor on tour, and you know, I just thought he'd see me, and it turned out he didn't, and it turned into interference, and it just pretty much takes all the rhythm out of the whole heat. Oh, definitely. Well, the tide was getting lower and lower, and there were still some like 5-6 foot sets, and there was mostly just a bunch of closeouts, and it was getting quite choppy with the current, a lot of south current running through it. And first wave of heat's crucial. I mean, that could save you 5 to 10, maybe more minutes in a heat, because you might be sitting there that long waiting for another good one to come through. And I mean, you got to think about that too. I mean, that's, you know, I wasn't out there after one goal except for the win. And I'm really happy I broke the streak. But it's, you know, I've got to say it's sort of if it's possible to have a disappointing win, this would be one.